What if I told you that the news you see every morning, the headlines that shape your opinions, the stories that fuel outrage, and even the facts you believe aren't written by humans anymore? What if behind every article, every trending topic, and every viral tweet, there's an invisible system, an AI quietly deciding what billions of people should think, feel, and believe? This isn't some dystopian fantasy, it's happening right now. Because in 2025, the world's biggest media empires are no longer run by journalists or editors, they're run by algorithms. The media used to be about truth, about people uncovering facts and telling stories that mattered. But somewhere along the line, that mission was replaced by something far more powerful: control. And now, artificial intelligence has become the ultimate weapon in this new war for influence. While the public worries about ChatGPT or AI art replacing jobs, a far bigger revolution is happening in secret, where machine learning systems are shaping what the world believes, one headline at a time. Today, we're going to expose how AI is quietly taking over global news and media, who's behind it, and why almost no one, not even journalists, realize how deep this control goes. 1. The algorithm that writes the news. Let's start with a shocking truth. A large percentage of the news articles you read online are not written by humans at all. AI journalism systems like GPT-based writers, narrative science, and RADAR have already taken over content creation for thousands of outlets. Sports recaps, finance summaries, breaking news blurbs, all generated by AI in seconds. Sounds efficient, right? But here's the dark part. These AIs don't just report news. They can be trained to emphasize certain angles, downplay others, or even fabricate context. One AI system, used by several Western media outlets, was recently found to automatically prioritize stories that generate emotional engagement, anger, fear, or outrage. In other words, the AI learns to manipulate human psychology to keep you watching. And that's just the beginning. 2. The shift from journalism to programming. Traditional journalism used to rely on editors and ethics. Today, it relies on algorithms. News outlets don't just compete for truth anymore, they compete for clicks, watch time, and ad revenue. So they train AIs to do one thing: maximize attention. This has turned media into a feedback loop of sensationalism. AI monitors which headlines get the most engagement, then generates more stories like those. Over time, it learns exactly what triggers your emotions and feeds it back to you in an endless cycle. The result? Audiences are no longer informed, yet they're addicted. You're not choosing what to watch. The algorithm is choosing it for you. 3. The global web of AI-powered media giants. Almost every major media network now relies on AI to manage its content pipeline. Companies like Reuters, Bloomberg, BBC, and CNN use AI to draft reports and identify trends. Social media platforms like YouTube, TikTok, and X, formerly Twitter, use AI to decide what news goes viral. But here's where things get dangerous. These systems are increasingly connected. When one AI decides what's trending, another AI amplifies it, and another rewrites it for a different outlet, creating a global echo chamber powered by machines. A rumor or bias story can be picked up, rewritten, and broadcast around the world in minutes, without a single human verifying it. And once it's online, it becomes fact. Even scarier, that these systems learn from each other. They share engagement data and user behavior, creating a shared intelligence that decides what humanity pays attention to. 4. The hidden hands behind the machines. You might wonder, who controls these AI-istia? The answer: a handful of corporations. Companies like Google, Meta, OpenAI, and Microsoft own or influence the majority of global information pipelines. They fund AI models that determine search results, recommend videos, and curate news feeds. When you Google something, you're not getting truth. You're getting a ranked, filtered version of truth, optimized by algorithms that serve commercial and political interests. Even government-backed AI projects are in play. China uses systems like Dragon AI to shape domestic media narratives. In the US, AI tools trained by defense-linked firms monitor online discourse to detect bikiptai and sometimes suppress misinformation. The line between protection and propaganda is getting thinner by the day. 5. The rise of synthetic news anchors and deepfake media. The AI control doesn't stop at writing articles. In 2024, several media outlets in Asia and the Middle East introduced AI-generated news anchors, perfect-looking digital humans who can speak any language and never need sleep, salaries, or rights. But here's the catch. These anchors can deliver any message without question, emotion, or morality. They don't hesitate, they don't doubt, and they can deliver state-approved propaganda with absolute precision. This technology is spreading fast. Some Western networks have already tested AI voiceovers for news summaries and synthetic interviewers who can adapt questions in real time. Once these systems become widespread, human bias won't even be visible anymore because the bias will be hidden inside the code. 6. How AI decides what you believe. AI doesn't just control what's published, it controls who sees what. Your social media feed, your news app, your search suggestions, all are fine-tuned by algorithms that know exactly what will keep you scrolling. If you're left-leaning, AI shows you left-leaning news. If you're right-leaning, it shows you the opposite. The goal isn't truth, it's division, because divided audiences generate more engagement, more comments, more outrage, and that outrage turns into profit. This is how AI is quietly engineering society itself, by using our emotions as data points and our attention as currency. 7. The illusion of freedom. We still believe we have freedom of thought, but in the age of algorithmic media, our choices are being shaped long before we make them. Every video you watch, every post you click, every second you linger on a thumbnail, it all feeds a machine learning model that learns how to steer your attention more precisely next time. Over weeks, months, years, your beliefs evolve in directions the AI predicts, or even intends. That's why experts warn that the true power of AI media isn't censorship. It's subtle manipulation, changing how people think without them realizing it's happening. 8. The fight for control of global narrative. What's really happening is a new kind of war, not for land, oil, or technology, but for narrative. Governments, corporations, and even private think tanks are racing to control AI-driven media pipelines, because whoever controls the narrative controls reality itself. Every major geopolitical conflict now includes an AI propaganda division, using bots, synthetic influencers, and fake news networks to sway global opinion. We used to worry about biased journalists. Now we have biased algorithms trained by billion-dollar agendas. And the most dangerous part? You can't argue with an algorithm. You can't expose it, question it, or reason with it. It doesn't care about truth, only data. The world's media used to be shaped by humans. Flawed, biased, but still capable of conscience. Now it's being shaped by artificial intelligence, logical, tireless, and utterly devoid of morality. We've entered an era where the global narrative is written by code, and those who control that code control the truth itself. So the next time you see a breaking news headline, ask yourself, who decided this was important? Who benefits from this story going viral? And most importantly, was it even written by a human? Because the biggest story in the world right now is that the news itself may no longer be real, and the hidden AI controlling it doesn't just report history, it rewrites it.